The Dragonlings Haunted Halloween 2, Night of the Demented Symbiots by S.E. Smith. Performed by David Brenin. Chapter 1. Traylon, Kara called out in exasperation from the small office she had set up on the other side of the kitchen.
Have you seen my new tool cloner? I know I put it in my bag this morning.
I haven't seen it, Traylon replied as he carefully juggled the items in his arms and tried not to drop the small truck that was precariously balanced on top of the pile of mangled dolls, misshapen stuffed animals, pink shorts and shoes, and a dozen other articles that he had collected so far. The triumphant grin starting to curve his lips died when he stepped on the small square plastic building block that Kara had insisted was a fun learning toy for the twins. Pain shot through his bare foot and up his leg, causing a loud curse to explode from his lips when he lost his balance. A cascade of tumbling toys and clothes fell around him as he hopped around on one foot. With a grunt, Traylon sat down on the floor and rubbed his offended heel with a tired sigh. His gaze swept over the cluttered living room. The toys he had picked up were once again strewn all over the floor. From this vantage point he could see even more blocks and the sock he had been searching for earlier under the couch. He released his foot and rolled onto his stomach to scoop the miscellaneous objects out from under the couch. Never in his life would he have imagined that he, a mighty dragon lord, would end up on the floor gathering up a missing pink sock and a pile of toys from under the couch in his once immaculate living quarters. In all honesty, he would not trade his life now for all the riches in the universe. As far as he was concerned, he was the luckiest warrior alive. Well, almost the luckiest, he thought, when the pain in his heel reminded him of the small blocks the girls loved to leave lying around. He grimaced when he felt his dragon chortle in delight and suddenly perk up. A silent chuckle shook Traylon's shoulders. "You were just as bad as the girls. You know that, don't you?" he grimaced. "You like to," his dragon growled back. "Where are they?" Traylon asked, stilling all movement while he listened. In the background, he could hear Kara grumbling under her breath that she knew she had replaced the cloner in her tool bag earlier. He focused, trying to pinpoint any unusual sound. The girls were getting better, he thought with pride. He slowly raised his head, trying to catch a glimpse of them. "Up," his dragon urged. Traylon jerked his head up just as Amber tumbled toward him from over the back of the couch. Before she could roll off the front of it, he rose up on his knees with a deep, husky laugh and opened his arms to catch her. His arms wrapped around Amber at the same time as he felt Jade sliding her arms around his neck. "We got yous, Daddy," Jade giggled in his right ear. "Hi, Daddy," Amber laughed, staring up at him with bright golden eyes. Traylon's gaze lit up with delight. He would never, ever get tired of seeing the glowing faces of his daughters. His eyes lifted when he saw a movement on the other side of the couch. His gaze locked on Kara's face, flushed from her frantic search. She was staring at him with an expression that he greedily held on to. Love. The warmth of it surrounded him, causing everything else to fade for a moment.
"Have you girls seen my new cloner?"
Kara asked, with a raised eyebrow, pulling her gaze away from Traylon to stare down at Amber.
"Mommy, you's looking at Daddy funny again," Jade answered.
Kara placed her hands on her hips and shook her head.
Sweetheart, you're looking at Daddy funny again is the correct way to say it. And I always look at your daddy funny. That's because I love him," Kara stated with a grin. "So what did the two of you build today?"
Jade rested her chin on Traylon's shoulder and brightly smiled.
"Amber wanted to see how the robot worked. We put it back together when we were done with it," she said, with a mischievous expression. "Yeah, we's had funs playing with them," Amber said, with a happy nod.
"Them?" Traylon repeated.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?